was $727,000 based on 611 transactions, a staggering 611 transactions. The average price of a downtown Toronto condo increased by $45,000 month over month, and we're going to go through more numbers in terms of the condo market downtown. Let's get to it. Hello everyone, this is Sam from SaberiSixRealEstate and Remax Realtron Realty Inc. As always, you can find my contact information in the description box with regards to my Gmail, my Instagram, and my office. Feel free to get in touch with me with any questions you have or if you need any help with real estate matters. Furthermore, feel free to subscribe, comment, rate, and review. Your support in that regard is appreciated if you want to. If not, obviously you're not obliged to do so whatsoever. So enough of that, let's get to the point of today's video, which is about the downtown Toronto condo market, going through the numbers for specifically C1, which is the main core of the downtown Toronto condo market. It's not the downtown Toronto condo market in entirety by any means, but the central thrust of the downtown Toronto condo market is captured with a C1. Very central areas, close to Yonge, Bathurst, Spadina, all those main arteries of the downtown Toronto condo market. Anyways, before we get into the numbers, I want to make a couple of things clear. The market at large, as I went through in my previous video, when I went through the entire resale report, the TREP resale report for the month of February, the market at large for condominiums have been increasing in terms of both number of transactions and price. We're in the price month over month, so comparing the prices in February for the entirety of the GTA, really, if we look at the city of Toronto, Richmond Hill, anywhere in the GTA, the prices of a condominium, the average price of a condominium is higher than the preceding month, which is January in our case. However, even though this is the case, the number of transactions are going up and the prices are edging up as well, it is still a buyer's market because, as I said in that previous video, as I'm saying right now, prices are still lower year over year. So simply put, prices are increasing month to month, but they're still lower year over year, which is to me very indicative of a more moderate market. It's still somewhat of a buyer's market, but sellers are gaining power for condominiums slowly. Well, as you will see, if that is the case for the GTA at large, the numbers bear the same thing out when we look at the specific areas such as downtown. So for reference, last year, this is February of 2020, right? The average price of a condominium in downtown Toronto was $840,000. That was based on 330 transactions. Remember those numbers, 840 average and 330 transactions. Now the condo market last year from February of 2020 to around April stayed steady. April and thereafter, it declined heavily, bottoming out around November. Since November, it's been slowly, steadily climbing up. And if we look at January, so this is January of 2021, the average price of a condominium in the same area was $681,000 based on 440 transactions. So before I break down these numbers, let's look at February of 2021, the most recent month in full that we have access to sales data, where in downtown Toronto, for the Toronto condominium market, specifically downtown, the average cost of a condominium was $727,000 based on 611 transactions. A staggering 611 transactions. So now that we have the entirety of the numbers, let's go through the numbers. Now we have two numbers for each month. Number of transactions and average sold price. Let's look at the average sold price first. Month over month, we see a $46,000 increase in average price. That is somewhat to be expected. You know, a lot of real estate is cyclical. There's a lot of natural trends and cycles in a normal year where there is no pandemic, where most things are moderate. It's not really a seller-friendly market, not really a buyer-friendly market. If we were to take a year where it's just normal year, once again, nothing occurring out of the ordinary, real estate always has cycles. There's a spring market, there's a winter market, there's a down period, there's an up period. So an increase in February is always to be expected, but an increase of a factor of $46,000 is quite alarming. So month over month, as we see, it's higher. However, year over year, once again, it's the same old story. Remains to be a buyer's market because compared to last year, the highs of last year, the price is still lower. Namely, as we know, the February of 2021, we have an average of $727,000, where in February of 2020, we had an average price of $840,000, still far below where the prices and the market was last year. And I've gone through ad nauseum on this channel as to why this drop occurred, because a lot of Airbnb regulation, operators could no longer rent out other investment properties and they had to sell. A lot of people flooded the condo market at the same time for purchase and sale, bringing the prices down. Demand was much lower. Also, the rental market was hitting a downtrend as well because there was less influx of demand, no more newcomers looking to rent downtown, no more people who resided in the suburbs looking to come downtown to work. So the fact that the rental market and the purchase and sale market, due to a lack of demand and a lot of sellers trying to sell due to that lack of demand, in summary, in very, very brief summary, those are the main reasons where the condo market initially dipped, and it's still lower than last year. But now things are picking up. Because when we look at the number of transactions, the story is not that simple. Because although the average price was much higher last year over year, the number of transactions was still lower. If you recall, year over year, the number of transactions for a condominium downtown was 330 last year. Now it's at 611, although the price is still lower. So what does this really tell us? So one thing, get out of the way, every year you're going to have more inventory. So what does that mean? Well, inventory increases because when there are new pre-construction condominium projects coming onto the market and they've already been completed, they enter the resale market, the base amount of inventory increases, and as a result, you see an increase in the base amount of transactions. But that really accounts for a small majority, right? This difference of 300 transactions cannot all be attributed to the fact that there are now more condominiums, because in the last year, more were built, so there's more, there's a larger pool of inventory. That only explains for a small amount of this increase. What mainly explains, in my frank opinion, is that this sweet spot in the market where the market for condominiums downtown is more so a buyer's market, but it is a seller-friendly market as well. Meaning, in this sense, buyers right now have an advantage because they're still buying lower per square foot and on average, less than they were buying last year. However, sellers right now are selling higher than the lows they were selling at 2 to 3 months ago. So this increase in the number of transactions is really a sign of a moderate market, still a little towards the buyer side, but more so moderate market where sellers and buyers can both get good deals. And it's not like the freehold market right now where it's very, very hard for a buyer to get a good deal, and it's very, very seller friendly right now. Anyways, I hope this video was informative. If it was, please subscribe, comment, like, and review. Your support is much appreciated. Furthermore, feel free to get in touch with me with my contact information in the description box and ask me any questions you have. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and stay tuned.